Vincent de Paul was a man who was not born a saint, but became a saint later on through his life experiences.
Was born a peasant, so he lived a very low-income lifestyle.
He was a family of farmers. He was really an ordinary man when he first started out.
He was a man who identified a problem in society at the time, that the poor people of France were not getting their spiritual needs met, their physical needs met.
In 17th century France, a couple of harsh realities were a lot of people were in poverty, a lot of people didn't have access to clean food, water.
I believe 96% of the population in France were peasants who depended a lot on agriculture, which means natural disasters, political disasters like
wars. There was the 30-year War, the Franco-Spanish War, there was the civil wars all over the place.
Wanting a stable job, became a priest at 19 years old, and that led him to wander throughout France with the priesthood, and he ended up in Solville.
If it weren't for the Degandis, then he wouldn't have been able to work with people who were living in poverty and work with people who were really sick.
He was so moved by what he saw that he began this model of charity and justice in the world, which we continue to live out today.
Actor of change in his community, someone who wanted to advocate for the poor and help the poor and those in poverty and those in need, someone who wanted to bring reformation to the parishes and to the church so that they could better serve the poor.
And a huge person who is a part of the work that we consider charity and service today is Louise de Marillac.
And so in 1617 was this tipping point where he decided that he wanted to dedicate the rest of his life helping the poor and answering the question,
what must be done, which helped guide all the work he did throughout France from then on.
He worked with the nobility of the time to gather resources in order to
establish a lot of different organizations, including the Congregation of the Mission and Daughters of Charity,
who continue to do the work that he did in the 1600s in France today all over the world.
Is a role model of how service and justice should go hand in hand.
So the story of the scarred coin teaches us that
if you see a coin on the street that's all dirty and it's been walked on a lot, flip it over and you'll find that it could be shiny and it could have different aspects that you didn't expect.
Flipping that coin to the other side to kind of see the human dignity in everyone.
Not to judge a book by its cover.
it shows us that we need to look at humans in a holistic way. We need to address all parts of them, see them as a person that is worthy and valuable.
Stereotypes for people who are experiencing homelessness or people who are incarcerated.
Learn who the person truly is because their status does not define them.